Okay, let's be real. AI advice is everywhere, right? It's all over your social media feed. It's what every keynote speaker is talking about. But here's the thing, and it's a bit of an uncomfortable truth. Most of that advice, even though it sounds really smart, might actually be hurting your business, like secretly setting you back, maybe even by years. So I'm going to ask this directly. Is all this AI wisdom you're hearing actually a poison pill for your company? It's a super important question to ask because honestly, a bad AI strategy is way, way worse than having no strategy at all. All right, so in the next few minutes, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're not just going to point out the myths. We're going to give you the strategies that actually work. We'll zero in on three key things: your people, your process, and your overall strategy. Ready? Let's dive in. First up, let's talk about the absolute heart of your business, your team. There's this huge myth going around that AI is basically here to make your entire workforce obsolete. We need to tackle that one head on. This might be one of the single worst pieces of advice out there. The idea that you should just fire your team and plug in some AI agents. It sounds so futuristic, right? But it's just fundamentally wrong. So why is it so wrong? Well, because business, at its core, is about people. It's human. An AI can't shake a hand and build trust. It can't read the energy in a tough negotiation. Your team isn't just a line item on a budget. They are your single greatest competitive advantage. They're irreplaceable. So here's the big shift in thinking you need to make. Don't replace your people. Give them a co-pilot. And don't just silo AI in the IT department. You need to train everyone on how to use these tools to be 10 times better, 10 times more effective at what they already do. It's about empowerment, not elimination. Okay, so that's people. Now let's talk about the next pillar, which is process. This is where everyone is rushing in, but they're tripping over the very first step. The myth here is this idea that you have to automate everything right now. Like there's this huge pressure to just slap some AI onto every single thing your business does. But this is a classic case of putting the cart way, way before the horse. And here's the brutal truth. If your process is a mess, automating it just means you'll have a faster mess. Think about it. If your sales process isn't working, AI isn't going to magically fix it. It's just going to help you fail bigger and at a much larger scale. So what's the right way to do it? Well, you can think of it like Elon Musk did with the Model 3 production line. First, you get in there and you perfect the process manually. You get your hands dirty, you learn what works, what doesn't. Then, once it's actually working well, you figure out what the real slowdowns are. Only then do you bring in AI to automate and scale what you've already proven. You see, fixing your process takes good judgment, which brings us perfectly to our third pillar, your own human intuition. In a world just flooded with data, it's so tempting to let the machine do the thinking, but that is a huge trap. Your gut feeling is more valuable now than ever before. And the myth that sets this trap is, let's just let AI make all our big business decisions. I mean, it sounds so efficient, but it's really the fastest way to become just another average, boring company. You have to remember how AI actually works. It's just predicting the next most likely thing based on all the data it's seen before. So by its very design, it's going to give you the average, the safest, the most watered-down answer. But the truly great companies, they weren't built on being average. They were built on bold human innovation, something AI just can't do. So the takeaway here is, don't give away the controls. Think of AI as your super smart analyst. Use it to dig up insights, to research new concepts, but you're the director. It's a tool to spark your ideas, not to replace them. Your unique vision is what really matters. You know, there's a really good reason you need to stay in charge, and it's this idea called context rot. Sounds fancy, but it's actually super simple. Imagine you ask for directions, and instead of a simple path, someone just throws 10 different maps at you. You'd be more confused, right? That's what happens to an AI when you give it too much messy, irrelevant info. It just gets confused. All right, so we've busted the myths about people, process, and intuition. Now let's bring it all home and talk about how you build a real, lasting advantage with AI that your competitors can't just copy. And this leads us to the final myth, and oh man, it's a big one. It's that classic shiny object syndrome. The myth is that you should start your AI journey by just grabbing the coolest, buzziest tool you can find. But chasing cool tech is just a distraction. The real win is in solving problems. So the smart move, start with a real painful business problem you have and then go find the right AI to help you fix it. Stop trying to use one AI for everything and start building a specialized toolkit for specific jobs. And that toolkit you build should have a few different things in it. I mean, you don't just have one app on your phone, right? It's the same with AI. Each model has its own superpowers. You might use something like Claude for really great writing, Gemini for deep research, Midjourney for incredible images, and then maybe ChatGPT is your solid all-rounder. You match the tool to the task. And this all builds up to the most important point of all. Just using ChatGPT or any other AI, that is not a competitive advantage. Anyone can do that. Your real defensible moat, the thing no one can copy, is when you combine AI with what makes your business yours. It's your unique process, your human relationships, your hard-earned expertise, with AI as the accelerator. That's the formula for real value. So I want to leave you with this one thought to chew on. AI is fast becoming a basic utility, just like the internet. The tool itself isn't special. The real question you need to ask yourself is, how are you going to use it, combined with your unique strengths, to build something that only you can build? Because that is where the real magic happens.